Hey
All
guys,
right.
and welcome to the Bayern View. Hope you guys are all doing well. We're back with another fan cam. Beets is in here. He's back from his little trip that he had. Big up to him for being in here again. And obviously you were in the stream. Bayern though, on other news, Bayern smash Schalke 6-0 today. And obviously this is going to be Beets fan cam. Without further ado, my man, go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah, thanks again for having me on. Always great to be on. This is only my second one, but it's great to be on. Um, yeah, honestly, I thought maybe not the best. I don't know if it was the best game of the season, but certainly the best under Tuchel and certainly the best, I think, in this calendar year, like after the World Cup. Schalke is not a great opponent, obviously. I feel like we always seem to beat up on them, but we needed to do that, especially with Leipzig coming up with, the title's not secured yet. But I think this is a really good confidence booster. I think the whole team played well. And maybe importantly, or most importantly, Gnabry was really, really good. And he's been, obviously, I've been critical of him. A lot of people have been very critical of him, but the past few games, he's been doing very well. So I think that confidence, just overall, huge confidence boost for the whole team, for the whole squad. Even Tuchel probably got a confidence boost just seeing, the team play like they did.
Yeah,
So I think that's needed. It's obviously I wish it wouldn't come so late as it has, but at the same time, there's still a Bundesliga title to win. I
100%.
think, yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if anyone really played poorly. I don't know. Coman didn't have the best game, but at the same time, I don't think he played poorly.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I just think it was just a great win overall. I liked the lineup. I maybe again I probably would have liked to see Gravenberch start, but either way, I did like the
definitely,
lineup. I'm
definitely.
kind of glad Goretzka didn't start. I know he's back from suspension, but I think it's a good thing he wasn't just automatically slotted in again just because of his name or whatever, because I don't think he's been earning a starting spot with his play recently. So
Yeah.
I think I overall I would say the lineup was very good. Maybe like I said, one tweak with Gravenberch, but either way, he got a decent amount of minutes. Um, Even Tell was scoring, Mazraoui was scoring, so it was just such an overall complete performance from the team,
100%,
which
100%,
is
mate.
good to see.
Can't agree. Can't agree more. 100%. Um, yeah. To be honest, I was literally about to ask you a question and it's gone. On Serge Gnabry. Now, of course, he's been very consistent of the past couple of games. Do Obviously you're going to be happy with it. That's a stupid question to ask if you're happy with it. Um, do you think though it's going to be? I don't know how to put this question. Do you think though that this is going to carry on? Obviously, we hope it will, but do you think
Ooh,
it will or not?
um, it's hard to predict the future, but I think based
Of
on this
course.
performance in the past game or two, I think in particular Gnabry's going to finish the season strong. I
Yeah.
just think that he's got I've seen, obviously I've seen like reports, but even without seeing reports, I can sort of tell just knowing the player that he is. I think he's been very motivated, to finish out the season strong. Obviously this season, we've talked about it before, it's been very disappointing overall, even if they win the title, but winning the title is a necessity. Just being a Bayern fan, just being Bayern Munich, they need to win the title. So I am leaning towards being optimistic with his last 2-3 games left of the season. I purposely put on, you can't see it, but I've got Gnabry on the back of my shirt. I figured I think he's deserved to wear this shirt today. Yeah, no, absolutely cooking. 2 goals. I think he's got to be man of the match for me.
Yeah.
I think it's tight between him and probably like Musiala, but I think
Yeah.
Gnabry is probably the clear man of the match. Haven't checked the ratings or anything, but I would be shocked if he didn't have the highest rating. Um,
I can look for you now. So on Google, which is
mhm.
never really the place to go,
Yeah.
the person with the highest score is Muller.
Oh,
But
interesting. Okay.
they are very brutal on here. They've only given 4.5,
Huh.
which is that's like a loss, isn't it?
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but yeah, one thing I do want to ask you
Mhm.
on the back line, of course, Mazzawi's only been getting game time recently because of injuries.
Yeah.
Alfonso Davies obviously being out, Stanisic being out, Pavard playing as a centre back. Um, are you? Would you like to see him play more?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think for me, should be the starting right back. Just
Yes.
unless there's an injury or they need to, rest players, I think he should just have that spot. I think he's the most balanced fullback we have. I'm a fan of Cancelo. I hope they sign him for a reasonable amount. Obviously, he can play on both sides, and obviously Davies is great, but I think both Davies and Cancelo are more offensive, where I think Mazraoui is just very well rounded, and he's probably, I would say, defensively the best out of those three.
Yes.
But I think he needs to be on the right, and depending on form, I think Cancelo, and if we get Cancelo, if we sign him, I think Davies and Cancelo should be competing for that left back spot. But it's not the reason I like Cancelo having Cancelo so much is because he can play either side, whether there's an injury or just someone's not playing super well. But for me, I would say the right back should be Mazraoui if everything is if he's healthy.
100%, man.
Yeah.
100%. What do you? I don't know if you've seen it. I'll tell you if you didn't see it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
On Jan Sommer, obviously he come in. You know you're not living under a rock. He come in because Neuer's injured. All of this,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. It's been reported that he is he's got a gentleman's agreement to leave if Manuel Neuer is going to take that number one spot again, which it does look like that. Are you happy with him leaving? What do you think?
I am only because we have Neuer, and I'm
Yeah.
confident, even if he's not the Neuer that we know. I mean, as long as he's close to that, I still think he's far and away the better keeper. If anything, just because of his size, I think Sommer was a good signing. They had to do something very quickly, and I think he was maybe the best option. I also was kind of looking or hoping maybe they'd look at what's his name, the Moroccan, I think like Buno or Bono.
Bruno, yeah.
But I think Sommer was a good signing. But yeah, I think I think he just puts in better performances against Bayern than what I've seen him play for Bayern.
Play for Bayern, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been great. And I think against City, he was great. I don't think he could have helped all those goals. That was more on the defense. But still, though, I think he just doesn't have the physicality. He's not big. He's what, 5'10", maybe.
Yeah.
So he's very limited, and unfortunately, especially maybe most importantly with the goalkeeper position, you need to be bigger. You can have all the most amazing saves and reflexes, but if you can't reach just because you're not that tall, that's why if anything, that's why I think Neuer needs to come back and be the number one spot. Not even including that he's just the best goalkeeper of all time.
Yeah.
And we can I've noticed with Sommer playing out the back, we can't do it with him very much. He gets very uncomfortable on the ball, and I get uncomfortable when he's got the ball at his feet. And Neuer is just obviously he can do that. So yeah, for me, Neuer's got to come back as number one. He's coming back from a crazy injury, and he's also not getting any younger. But I still think he's got a few more years left, and I think that they can, find some sort of replacement down the line and nurture that whoever that may be. So
100%, man.
yeah.
100%. Anything else you want to add to your fan cam?
I think you were touching on this in the stream, but I think we should keep Pavard. I know it might be tricky. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm sure it's going to be a tough ask to say, hey, look, you're not going to be a guaranteed starter.
Yeah.
But I think he's had a great performance this season. I think he's totally got the Bayern mentality. And then unfortunately, I think Lucas and if everyone's healthy, it's got to be Lucas and de Ligt for me, starting at center back. But Lucas, unfortunately, is just so injury prone where, you just going off of the history, he's going to get injured again. So that's why you got to have not only Upa, but I think Pavard. And I'm not giving up on Upa by any means. I mean, I think is he the youngest, or it's either him or de Ligt are the youngest.
I think he is the youngest, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's one for the future, and before the World, or not before the World Cup, after the World Cup, and just before really City, he was. Maybe I'm biased, but I think he was in the conversation for one of the best center backs in the world. Maybe not the best, but yeah, it's just the City game just sort of destroyed his season, unfortunately.
100%.
But he's still going to be great. I still have faith in him. So for me, I think we still have to keep Pavard just to keep all those options open. Let's say we don't sign Cancelo. I'm not a fan necessarily of Pavard at the right back, but if it needs to happen, then he can slot in there. Obviously, he's not going to prefer that, but at the same time, I hope he wants to stay with Bayern just because, you know, he's such a solid defender. And yeah, no, that's just my thought. I don't know if you'd agree. I think you would, just going off of the stream. But yeah, so trying to think of anything else. I guess I just really, really hope. I don't think I'm being greedy or Bayern fans are being greedy when we need a striker, and we need, maybe even more importantly, it's tough. It'll be debatable, but maybe even more importantly, a CDM, a solid 6, because Kimmich has been playing on his own in the midfield and still, you know, top 2, top 3, maybe even the best midfielder in the world, playing on his own. So if you put someone there that can, you know, secure the midfield and he can be more free, I mean, you know, how can you not expect like a treble if we have the right CDM or just any? So yeah, I really, really hope they sign that CDM and the striker as well. It's looking like Osimhen's going to be pretty tough. Osimhen, whatever, however you say it. I don't think they're going to get 150 or 160 million for him. I know they're just trying to probably keep him, 1, and 2, if they are going to sell him, they're going to just try to make a bidding war out of it. But you know, I think that's still, I think they should still keep that open. I've seen reports saying that they're just closing that door. I think that's a mistake. Whether he's the number 1 choice or not, I think he's probably my number 1 choice. But I think Bayern's got to spend more. I understand they can't be spending like City or Chelsea or PSG or anything. I get that. Those teams have kind of ruined the market though, to the point where I think they're going to need to put on, 100 million. They're going to need to set their record or break their transfer record because we need a striker. But I think I saw it again. I don't know if I've shouted him out on the other stream or not, but I think I saw on Bayern Now's channel that he was saying that if we're not going to get Osimhen from Napoli, that might be a good sign in the sense that they want to spend both money on both a CDM and a striker. So if that's the case, then I'm okay with that because, like I was saying, we need both big time. So if it is Kolomuani or someone else, that means we're going to get a CDM, which is totally needed. So
yeah. Okie dokie. With that said, thank you for coming on again, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely fine. If you have enjoyed, guys, smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, man. Until then, yes, I'm Mia. Peace out.